Our top story at this hour. A few months ago, a group of rights activists in this country went to town saying that any move to try and stop people from wearing hijab inside a classroom where there is a uniform code would lead to hundreds, if not thousands, of women from quitting school. That a ban on the hijab inside the classroom was part of a Hindutva design. Some of them even whipped up such a hysteria that parents forced their daughters to move court to get the Karnataka government to withdraw the order stopping hijab from classrooms. But today, there are reports from Saudi Arabia, which is home to the cradle of Islam and a country with one of the most devout Muslim population anywhere in the world, that has banned the abaya from the classroom. Now, going by the logic of the hijab lobby here in India, it could well be asked, will young girls in Saudi also drop out of school because of their faith being under attack? Has the Saudi government also become a part of Hindutva conspiracy to wage war on Islam? Has Saudi Arabia committed blasphemy by banning a garment which is so far called essential to Islam? Back home, Muslim activists hail this step as an example of reform and uniformity. Pick up the clutch of pleas on the hijab issue. But the legal war aside, so far, the plea of uniformity has been met with criticism, calling it a violation of fundamental rights to religion. All right, so what do the people who argued about the Hindutva design have to say now about Saudi Arabia's diktat? Feroz Bakht Ahmed, former Vice-Chancellor of the Maulana Azad University, Amber Zaidi activist, Atiq Ur Rehman, Islamic scholar, and Majid Haidari, political analyst, are all live with us. How do you react, Mr. Atiq Ur Rehman? Saudi Arabia saying abaya not allowed in class.
Well, I had supported the Iranian women, Padmaja, because it is a matter of choice. Who is the government to dictate their terms? Whether the women want to wear or not wear, the governments or any organization, Hindutva, etc., do not have any say in the women's choice.
No choice, na?
That will be my
Saudi
stand
Arabia,
forever.
they have used the same logic that India used. That in the interest of uniformity, abaya should be worn outside of classroom.
So who is the government to dictate terms?
The government is the one running the classroom. So what is the Saudi Arabia? Okay, so hold on a second. What has Saudi Arabia said? They have said that female students will no longer be allowed to wear the abaya inside examination halls, and this has been announced by the Saudi Education and Training Evaluation Commission. This is a commission which is responsible for accrediting educational and training systems along with the Ministry of Education. What are they saying? Exactly what India was saying 1 year ago, that you wear hijab wherever you want, you wear abaya wherever you want, but Feroz Bakht Ahmed, inside the classroom, please wear a uniform. So Saudi Arabia and India were essentially saying the same thing. Feroz Bakht Ahmed.
Thank you, Padmaja. I would very humbly request all my co-panelists, learned people on this panel, including you also, just give me a couple of seconds to state my plea. You see, someone said that, well, Saudi is a different country, India is a different country. Absolutely right. But when Saudi has done a good thing, it has banned the use of abaya or hijab or burqa, whatever form of parda. I think they have done the right thing, because, they are not following India, where, in Karnataka they said no hijab, no kitab. And this actually has destroyed the lives of hundreds of girls who were supposed to appear for the board examinations. What will they do? Now these people are taking these young girls who can be professors, who can be judges, who can be sports stars, who can be pilots, blah, blah, blah. They are taking these girls to antediluvian times, to Pashan Yug, to Stone Age. And I am very glad that Saudi Arabia has taken this step. And my friend said, okay, I am with the women of... Just a minute, please, let me complete. Please, 5 seconds.
Okay.
My friend said, I am with the women of Iran. Fine. I am not with the government of Iran. It is not a matter of pick and choose. Iranian government is wrong when it is killing its women. They killed Mahshab, right? And Saudi Arab government here at this moment, when they are saying, so far as examination is concerned, there is a dress code for examination. They have not banned abaya from the markets, from the marriages, from the malls. So we have to respect and regard this order as well as the order of Indian government in Karnataka, that hijab is not allowed, or any other religious sign is not allowed, whether it is from Sikhism or Hinduism or Islam.
Absolutely.
So education is not to be mistaken with the identity of religion.
All this while it was a simple argument that education and religion should not be mixed. Now you realize the folly of calling it a Hindutva plan, Majid Haidari?
Absolutely.
Because certainly Saudi Arabia would not be a Hindutva fascist state.
Well, certainly, Padmaja Sahiba, firstly, Saudi government is not any touchstone for the Indian Muslim. And if BJP government or you people are finding it so inspiring what
Nobody
Saudi
is
Arabia
calling
has
it a
done,
touchstone. I think Indian government is the touchstone for Indian Muslims, Indian Hindus, everyone except a small bunch of people.
We don't need any lecturing.
But it was you who called the Indian government fascist. So there has to be some country which is, you know, the ideal. Okay, Indian government is fascist.
If some
which is the ideal government for
see, if some country is ideal for what our government is doing, let me say Saudi Arabia has not objected to Besharam Rang. They have been hosting Shah Rukh Khan and Deepika Padukone, both wherein our country, the secular country, Deepika Padukone is not allowed to wear a bikini and a Muslim woman is not allowed to wear a burqa.
We are not having a facile debate. There is a bunch of people who are equally having facile objections. Let's not make that the touchstone. A large section of this country is very clear that we care more about rights than about silly little controversies like this.
No, Padmaja Sahiba, being a very prominent woman, you should at least understand that BJP has problems both with bikini and burqa. So let you first condemn BJP for what
I don't
BJP
care
is doing
about
in
the
our
BJP,
country. Why
sir.
should we
I am saying principally as a country, why are we being made to descend into anarchy? I am no spokesperson for the BJP. If you think they have a problem with bikini and burqa, by all means mobilize people against themselves. I don't care. My point is about having a legitimate debate about rights and not trying to make an issue of uniformity.
Why does Indian woman not enjoy the right to dress? It's her right to enjoy her kind of dress code, be it burqa, be it bikini. But
no,
here BJP
okay,
has problem
first of
with
all,
both.
Indian women have the right to enjoy whatever on earth they want. But your enjoyment stops at the door of a classroom. That was the whole argument, which even Saudi Arabia is saying. I mean, that aside, I don't think that something which is restrictive is enjoyable. If it's so enjoyable, you enjoy it. Who's stopping you from enjoying a hijab or an abaya? You enjoy abaya. But anyway, that's my opinion.
Padmaja,
that being said, all your enjoyment should stop at the door of a classroom. Amber Zaidi. And it is indeed tragic, Amber Zaidi, कि एक Saudi Arabia की जरूरत पड़ी है to underline the hypocrisy of the entire argument in India. Amber Zaidi.
Absolutely, Padmaja. Today, as a Muslim woman of India, I'm personally feeling very happy, and I think what the Commission of Saudi Arabia has announced today is a big slap on people, those who are saying that bikini or hijab is a women's choice. Hijab is not a choice, it is a regressive practice which is being forced on women for ages and ages. And now a country like Saudi Arabia, where women had no right of voting, driving or working, now they are, they're just growing above religious biases on and practices like that. In 2018, the Crown Prince Salman, he has also announced that women in public place also they can, because in Saudi Arabia they have mandatory to wear hijab or abaya, which is a loose or a loose outer garment, kind of robe or abaya, which we see Saudi women wearing in public place. They cover their head and wear hijab. It is mandatory in public. Let me complete. No, it's not clear hypocrisy. What Saudi? No, they have asked to maintain. No, I am not anyone to allow. It is a women's choice. Who are you to allow or to give permission to women? We have already permissions to wear whatever we want to wear in public life, but where we need to maintain the uniformity, why you want to take away that? You have your individual right. Who are you to say that what women can wear and what we can wear? No, you are no one. It is a big slap on people like you, on your faces who have been saying either you wear bikini or abaya. It should be women's choice. Don't you have anything in between burqa or hijab or bikini?
Feroz Bakht Ahmed wants to intervene.
And demonizers of Islam.
Okay, Firoz wants to intervene.
Will you allow the Saudi government to ban Pathan then?
Yes, just let me,
Why
just a
are you
minute,
being
give me a
so
second.
hypocrite?
Amber and just a minute. Just a minute. Now, please do not try to act as the savior of Islam. Nobody is the Thekedar of Islam, neither you people on this debate, nor am I. But let me tell you, you are the same perfidious and profane people who act as saviors of Islam, but you are the despoilers, you are the demolishers, you are the demonizers, and you are the people who are taking Islam back to Stone Age. Please don't do that. No, don't interfere in between. Let me complete. People like you who lose
Mr. Atiq Ur Rehman, if you really, hold on a second. Here, let me point out something. You know, people who sit on television and generally in human rights conferences and spout homilies about women's rights are the same ones who will not speak up about women being denied equal property rights. Now you have a Muslim personal law denying women equal property rights, and when women ask for it, you don't want women to enjoy property rights. But you, Majid Haidari, want them to enjoy the hijab. Why? Why do you want them to get property rights? That is truly enjoyable. Let them enjoy monogamy. That is truly enjoyable. But that enjoyment you will never speak for. All these things you find enjoyable for women.
Justice for women, equality.
And let me tell you, Prophet Muhammad,
No hypocrisy at all. Whether it is the Constitution of India or Sharia, no discrimination against women, Padmaja. No discrimination at all.
Yes,
you
absolutely.
are the people who are suppressing,
No discrimination. Just a second.
Yes.
Let Mr. Ahmed come in.
Sad.
Mr. Ahmed.
I am very sad that people like you are taking women. No, what I am saying is that Prophet Muhammad, peace
So
be
what
upon
is this
him,
people
he
like you
gave
and people like
he
you?
said that under the feet of a woman is the heaven. Now please don't interfere in between. I respect you. You are my younger brother. Just listen to me. Sometimes you talk very sensibly.
Sir, you had
but
your
sometimes
say,
you
sir.
take a
You are
U-turn.
repeating
Let me
yourself
tell you
now.
one thing. Saudi Arab, let us appreciate Saudi Arab.
Every
Saudi
time
Arab
you
has
say
done
the
a
same
proper
word,
thing,
sir.
right thing. And
How
the other,
will
just a
the
minute.
woman
The other
guard
friend
her
from Kashmir,
modesty?
let me
Let
tell
her
him
decide.
that from
Who
Kashmir,
are you
there is a
to
kickboxing
decide
champion,
how she
Tajamul
will be
Islam.
guiding her
She is now a
modesty?
teenager.
The
And
Quran
you people are
says
also
guide your
telling her
modesty
to put
to both women and men.
hijab and a burqa. Please,
Why are you dictating your terms?
do not go back to antediluvian
Why are
ages.
you
Don't
Do
go
not
back
go
to
to dark ages. Do not
antediluvian
take
times.
Islam is a
Guard
modern
Majid
your
Haidari,
modesty, the
this
Quran
is
says.
not about, hold on a second.
How
This
has
is
the
not
women
about
guarded
the
modesty?
Saudi Arabia state, the state of Saudi Arabia being some great, ideal to aspire to. It is a simple comparison of apples and apples. This is something, by the way, which has been done. Hold on a second. Can I have silence for 10 seconds? This is, by the way, something that has been done in France, which has done a complete hijab ban in the interest of uniformity. In India, it is not even complete. All that was said was that in places where there is a uniform, please do not insist on breaking uniformity for the hijab. Then this entire political controversy was kicked up. And when the same thing is being done in Saudi Arabia, my simple question to you is, France is doing it because they are anti-Muslim. India is doing it because they are fascist. Answer me just this. If Saudi Arabia does it, are they anti-Muslim or are they fascist? Majid Haidari.
Saudi is working for Western appeasement. Our government is working for separate appeasement. And when it comes to uniformity, our beaches are even not being allowed to hold the kind of dress they could wear, as we have seen in Pathan. So basically, the problem is with the ideology of our separate government. Let's all condemn it. Why are we discussing Saudi or anything? Let's first look into our own self, how our government is behaving. Our women are being
Everyone is working to appease somebody, except those who are denying Muslim women their rights. They are not appeasing anyone. They are the actual human rights defenders. I think the hypocrisy of this and how ridiculous this argument is, even you are not able to defend it. Would you like to take a shot, Atiq Ur Rehman, at answering my very basic question? If France is doing it to appease the West and India is doing it to appease saffron, who is Saudi Arabia appeasing?
the West.
No, I won't go by the dictate of the appeasement, this thing. What I say is, if France, the social ethos there, consider that there is no need of a hijab for women, they ban it. It's a Western country. Who are we to decide what the Saudi or the French government decides for its own people?
So then tell me, what is the
people
ethos?
will decide,
So just a second. So you're saying, okay.
Society
So
decide.
the ethos in France is not the same as the ethos in India. Because obviously France may be a liberal country, but we are backward. So what is the difference in the ethos of Saudi Arabia and us? Or are we even more backward than Saudi Arabia? Hold on a second. Can I please have silence? Let Mr. Rehman answer. Very interesting point he has raised. What is the ethos of India exactly? Since you have brought in this very civilizational ethos. What is that ethos, sir?
Do the French Republic have any Romeo's courts in their country?
Leave France.
Do the French
you tell me
cry
about
for
India.
Nirbhaya?
You said France has banned the hijab because of their ethos being different.
India.
Saudi Arabia also has a different ethos. What exactly is India's ethos, which requires women to be covered up all the time? What, according to you, is India's ethos?
The Indian woman will decide whether she wants to wear it. 90 girls and only 6 opted for hijab. That's
My friend,
democracy. Kudos
you
for
know
all
those women
the
didn't decide.
90 and all
We're
the
again
6.
going back to a tired old debate. By the way, you would be happy to know that of all the girls who started, hold on a second, of all the girls who started even in Udupi demanding that they be allowed to wear hijab, most of them eventually came back and gave their exams without the hijab because they truly had a choice. The others were held back by their families. This whole argument of choice is the biggest farce ever. Final word, Ambar Zaidi.
Padmaja, what I want to say here is that there are multiple Muslim or Islamic countries where hijab in public place or some organization or in government offices are banned, not just France. So Atiq Ur Rehman was saying that France ethos are different from India. So in our country there was no practice of hijab, ghungat, burqa or abaya. In our constitution, we have, as women, we have our choices. We have our own rights to express ourselves in public life. But where we have to maintain uniformity, we have to maintain it. And because in a school or institutions like education or any organization where we go to work, or there are private organizations, companies or some profession where we need to maintain the uniformity, we have to follow the rules and constitution as a law-abiding citizen of the country. So for me today it's a big day, and because I was the person who has been shouting it out that it is not essential practice of Islam, and the petitioners who went to the High Court and they could not prove there that hijab is not an essential practice of Islam, and in Supreme Court also. So the people who were saying that hijab is essential practice of Islam and the Constitution of India and the government of India is taking away of the right of Muslim women, not allowing women to practice their religion, it is a big slap on their faces from Saudi Arabia's side, because Saudi Arabia is the biggest Muslim country where Islam originated. So I think
absolutely. So what happens to all of those people who said it's absolutely essential? Clearly Saudi Arabia seems to differ. For all the poor girls who had to let go of their education for whatever time because of this unnecessary and unfortunate politicization in the name of practice of religion, perhaps this will be a wake-up call. Thanks very much, all gentlemen, and Ambar Zaidi for joining me.